I grew up in Calgary, Alberta. It was just me and my mom, and we were really good back then until we moved here. Here in the Kootenays, I found I was not the popular kid. Back in Calgary, I would always be like the top kid in the class. Everybody loved me, and then I moved here. For a single parent who has an alcohol problem and their kid has a problem with society and authority problems, not the best mix.
When I first started smoking weed, it was entirely for depression. Beforehand, I tried smoking cigarettes, and that never helped enough. Then I switched to cutting, which was a very bad habit. And then just slowly over a period of like 3 or 4 months, I started smoking weed more and more, and didn't even realize it at first, but I kind of actually started like cutting less and less. I found it really helpful. It's never really been much of a gateway drug for me. Honestly, I tried other drugs before I tried weed, and I didn't like it. That picture, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of a blocked pathway, so to speak, something stopping you from going forward.
This is a picture I took at the Cairo Wellness Center of a poster that they put on the wall. It is a hot heroin alert, and the reason that I took this picture is because a friend of mine had passed away just recently from them, and I also was heavily addicted to them for a while, and I just wanted to raise awareness because of the dangers of these pills.
I was never supposed to be that kid that had a rough childhood. I was never supposed to be that kid that lost a parent. I was never supposed to be that kid that got into drugs and alcohol. I was never supposed to be that kid that had repercussions from drugs and alcohol. I was never supposed to be that kid that had a baby at 18. I was never supposed to be that kid that had to go to the mental hospital and rehab at the age of 19.
Like originally I was raised in a wealthy family, right? And then later on, like when I was around 10, I ended up in a group home and then foster care. And then when I was 14, I actually hit the street. So it's like there's never really been any vision of like where it ends, right? Being on the street and stuff, it's like you're this one person just like sitting there watching everybody move around you, right? Everybody notices you, but will they help you move from the spot? Of course not. They don't do anything. They just sit there and stare at you and judge you, and it's like sitting in purgatory. You don't have anything, anywhere to go, or anything to do, and you're just like moving around, just kind of like feeling like you're waiting to die most of the time. I took this photo because of the gargoyle like sitting up there, right? It's all alone. There's nobody up there with it.
Instead of deciding to take the wiser route and just try to find myself in a different way other than using substances like my mom was, I started using substances heavily. Started getting into like a problem situation. Actually started drinking with my friends, not just on weekends, but almost every day, at school, at home, and at parties, everywhere. And that was just my St. Patrick's Day, the day after I was still hungover, and that's what we had to kill it.
The connection from mental health and addictions is pretty strong in my world, because dealing with addictions has given me so many mental health issues that I'm never going to be able to get over, and they're going to be consequences that I suffer for my entire life. Because I had a serious suicide attempt, but I called 911 just because I wanted somebody to come take my daughter out of the house, because I thought by the time that they would get there, I'd already be dead. I hate the impact that drugs have on people, because if I was sober and I was in the right mind state, I'd never think about doing that. I'd never do that to the people that I love. I'd never do that to my daughter. I'd never even think about doing that.
Once I did start drug dealing, I started like getting really into it. It was like, you know, like this picture of water, it's like an unstoppable force, right? It's like I became really miserable and really angry because you have so much stress and so much to worry about all of the time, right? It's 24 hours, there are no breaks. It's your whole life once you start, right? You don't get like a day off. So like I just became this like force that was just like barreling through everything I could push through anybody who got in my way.
This is a picture of the Trigger Thought Craving Use poster at the day treatment program. We have it on the wall to instill in ourselves the power to change our minds and to think about something other than the craving. To think about going for walks or calling a friend when you're triggered. You know, it's just there as a reminder for us.
This photo was actually taken of me not even a whole 6 months ago. Mixed martial arts has kind of helped me realize there's some things that are fun other than just, going to the 420 stairs in Castlegar here and smoking a bunch of weed or going and getting drunk at a party. Mixed martial arts enables me to be somebody that people can look up to instead of just me looking down on myself.
Yeah, this one made me think of the old figure of speech: when you close the door, a window opens, or when you close the door, another one opens. No matter what, you kind of just, eventually, when it comes down to it, you gotta open it, keep going through. If it's a brick wall, find another door. I don't know, it reminded me of overcoming depression, I suppose. Everybody has something out in the world that they can do to help get them through their problems. It'd be nice if people remembered that. It's like with weed for me, I realize it's not like miracle here for anything, but it doesn't exactly deserve to be condemned either. It's a necessary evil, kind of. It's a bright, sunny day, not a cloud in sight. It reminds me, compared to before, that there's still, hope. There's still like possibility of moving on.
Now I'm like trying to change my life around, right? I'm like pretty much a statistic, and it's like I've been to jail, I've been a drug dealer, I've been homeless for like a quarter of my life, if not more. And I'm really, right now I got my girlfriend and I got like a house out in Salmo with like an awesome roommate, and I'm trying to just like focus on something entirely different, get back into music and doing what I was doing before when I was younger in foster care.
This is a picture I took at Zuckerberg's. I was extremely proud of myself because I finished my first round of day treatment, and I saw this path and I thought that it was symbolic of my path to sobriety.
I'm looking at water and blue sky, and I've never been able to appreciate this in the past 5 years. Even though people are gonna be like, oh, it was just a nice day, like that doesn't matter. I took those pictures because to me it was like meant the world to me, that I was able to just enjoy it soberly, thoroughly enjoy it.